Welcome back, everyone, for part 7 of this Guts and Glory save with our starting club, Welling United. And boy, it's not going well. Form is sketchy, to say the least. And, well, we're back for our double header against Dartford. So, local rivals, football manager, always goes well, doesn't it? Oh, please tell me it does. As you can see, we are up against Dartford, who are languishing in the relegation zone, despite, I think, being one of the pre-season favourites for promotion. Just double check that's true. No, I mean, they were expected to finish mid-table, but even so, that's a terrible season by their standards. They've only won 2 matches all season, 10 draws. I mean, surely they're ripe for a 6-pointer for us. Right? That's got to be right. Yeah. The football manager would not do something like mess with a local rivals game and make it much harder than it ought to be. A team in absolutely no form at all against a team, well, I mean, frankly, in no form at all. We've only won 2 of our last 10 league matches, and we've been knocked out of both the FA Cup first round and the FA Trophy in the second round. Albeit against a Yeovil Town team who I think are about second in the league, so they're flying. So it wasn't too much of a disastrous performance, but everything else has been horrendous. You last joined me for Slough, where we won at home, and since then we've only managed to win 1 game against Weston-super-Mare away. We drew 2 matches against Braintree and Weymouth, who were both much lower in the league than us. We lost to Hampton and Richmond at home. A match that was kind of 2 even teams. We've lost to Yeovil, who, as I've said before, well above us in the league, and we've lost to Eastbourne as well, who, again, above us in the league. So maybe not necessarily matches you'd expect us to win, but I'd like to have thought that home advantage would have got us a bit closer than we did. In our last match against Hampton and Richmond, against Bath, who are above us, well, we managed to go away to Bath and pick up a point. But we need wins, and we need them very soon. And we are hoping that we can do that with the Boxing Day visit of Dartford to Parkview Road. So why don't we go ahead and get into the match? This is the team we've got for you. So Old Man Morgan is still in goal. I've completely given up on the idea of Winterbottom as an actual goalkeeper. He's not a serious goalkeeper. He just stands there and watches the ball go by him. So Morgan has taken over as our goalkeeper. We are still on the hunt, actually, for an improvement in that area, but everyone we're trying to bring in, they want money. Lots of money that we don't have. We have actually managed to bring in a couple of players in the last month or so in the game. Jonathan Page, who's a defensive midfielder who will provide a bit of cover and or competition for TJ Bramble and Zek Obiero. Jonathan Page, 22 years old, formerly of Fulham, 2.5 stars of current ability and 4.5 stars of potential. So hopefully if we can get him up and running soon, he will be a perfect top fit for that defensive midfield position. We have also brought in an actual winger in Amrit Bansal McNulty, who was previously at QPR, spent a couple of seasons couple of spells on loan at Crawley, and has come in and done fairly well on his sort of with us in the National League South. So continuing the team for today, we have Green, Dickinson, Holding and Otse Taiwo along the back line, Bramble and Obiero in defensive midfield in our 4-2-3-1, which I think, again, is another change since the last video. We have gone from trying 5-3-2 to trying a diamond to trying now a 4-2-3-1. We are really trying to experiment and find some way to get this team performing. So Obiero and Bramble in midfield there, and a front 4 of Bansal, McNulty, Abrahams, who isn't strictly an attacking midfielder, but Torres is scoring so many goals that I can't find a way to, I can't bring myself to take him out of the side. So Abrahams is lining up as a support striker behind, or shadow striker, I think it's called, isn't it? Shadow striker, support striker, belying my Pro Evolution Soccer days. He is behind Torres with Lewis White on the right wing. Abrahams has scored a goal from this position, so we're going to persist with it. It means it's a way to get them both in the team. He's not quite there yet, but he'll get there. He will get there as an attacking midfielder, I think. So let's get into the game and hope that we can do something useful against Dartford. It's, rival games. If we win these, I think that sets us up for a good second half of the season. If we don't win these, yeah, I'm concerned. I am concerned. I mean, we've been hovering around mid-table. We haven't really looked in any danger of going further up the table. We're currently 15th and slipping ever closer to that relegation zone. I mean, it's 10 points away, but we're now 15 points away from the playoffs. So I do think we are well off the pace of where we should be. The squad should be getting us up and around those playoff places, I think. But we are continuing to try and make improvements. We've got a few offers on the table for players who can come in and do a job for us, both on the wing and in goal. And talking of wingers, we've just lost one of our very, very few wingers. So we are going to... I'm not going to bring on Roscoe. Even though he's on the bench, we will bring Adesanya in to attacking midfield. We'll put Tristan Abrahams out on the right wing, and we'll have Lewis White on the left. I think that's the only way we can do it and keep the formation. Worst case scenario, we may end up having to go back to the diamonds, but I'd like to avoid doing that if I can. It hasn't worked well for us so far. Not that the 4-2-3-1 has been any better. I mean, 4-3-3 might be a possibility. I don't know. Honestly, I don't know if we've got the players for a 4-3-3. We've got so many strikers in the team that we need to try and at least play two of them if we can. And I'm already compromising by playing Abrahams as an attacking midfielder behind Torres. And 4-3-3. I mean, that's another attacking position taken out of the side, and that's kind of where our strength lies. We are not good defensively, but we can score goals. So I think we try to lean into that a bit if we can, as we hit the bar there in the only highlight of this first half so far. It has been slow going, but we have looked the better team. The stats tell us that, and the fact that we're the only team with a highlight so far. So 0-0 at half-time, and we need to do something, especially in this home match. It's Boxing Day. There's lots of fans turning up full of turkey and various other Christmas goodies. We need to put on a show for them. Otherwise, I think we're at risk of them all falling asleep at some point in the stands. Dartford are pushing the ball over the top, and Holding just kind of chips it out to their winger. And we've conceded. Of course, we've conceded. That's pretty much how it's been going. We're going to break the team, and we're going to go attacking. If I can click the right button. This is how it's been going. Our form has been atrocious of late. We just cannot seem to win games. We're going behind even in games that we're the better team, and we end up scoring goals pretty much after we're beaten. That seems to have been the run of things. Although Adesanya, with a wicked deflection off of one of the Dartford defenders, does get us back on level terms pretty damn quickly. It's a long throw, which, I mean, we don't really have anyone who can do a long throw. Green's having a go, but it works out well as it comes back to Green, and Adesanya hits it off the Dartford player, completely beating their keeper, and it's 1-1. We're going to keep up with the attacking mentality. I think we need to go forward and try to win this game as Dartford. Yeah, they tried a fancy corner, didn't they? They didn't put it into the big man. They put it to a guy on the edge of the box. That's not National League South football. Come on. Well, I mean, they missed it. It taught them a lesson that we don't play fancy football down here. Just get it into the big man and see if he can head it in the goal. All right, 70 minutes gone, and we've got a corner here. I was just about to make some changes, but, Dickinson goes close. He heads it at goal, but I think it's the goalkeeper who makes a good save there. Ball recycled. Otse Taiwo in for Torres, and that's a goal, but I see the linesman's flag up there. That doesn't look very fair. I don't think that was offside, and we're not even going to get to see a replay. It's because they know it wasn't offside. It's being hidden from me. Okay, we're going to make some changes. Torres will come off, and we are going to bring on Roscoe, but we're going to put him out on the right wing, where hopefully he can't miss a hatful of chances, as he has done playing as a striker for us previously. Let's see if he can do a job for us out here in this match. We are going to play for set pieces, because I think that's probably where our strength lies. We've got some big tall boys who should be able to cause some chaos in their box, and that's a corner that goes straight to the goalkeeper, aiming it for the far post, which is sometimes quite successful, but at other times, I mean, that's what happens when you haven't got players who can deliver corners very well. Then you tend to end up with problems more often than not. Near post corners, I tend to find, have a better chance of success, and we do have near post corners, I think, on the most frequent use, and we've just hit the post again. We are just not getting the luck. Dartford now with a free kick, and of course it's a goal. I mean, it's just Football Manager doing Football Manager things to me. Oh dearie me, there are times when I really, really hate this game. That's infuriating. Right, we've got one more sub, I believe, that we can make, so we are going to make it. We've got some tired legs out there. TJ Bramble can come off. I'm going to bring on Jonathan Page for his first appearance as a Welling player. We'll play him as a defensive midfielder. It's not a huge amount that we can do to affect this one. I don't think it is stacked against us. We've been the better team, and we've lost to a free kick that is just insane for this level. Absolutely insane. Page now with probably one of his first touches of a ball there, out wide to Abrahams as it's looped back in towards the danger area, and Abrahams gives the ball away unnecessarily, and we find ourselves having to defend a counter-attack, but it is wasted by Dartford as it's lumped along to Holding, who's taking far too much time over the ball there. Just get it forward. But not like that. Page gets away with, oh, hello. There's a red card, and now it's going to look like we've lost to a 10-man side, despite the fact there's only 35 seconds left in the match. We're going to lose. They've gone down to 10 men. We've lost at home. It's just disastrous. It really, really is. We're going to do some thrashing of arms. And they're not going to listen anyway, are they? It's not going to make a jot of difference. We're still down in 15th, but our form has been so bad. I'm shocked we're not further down the table. Oh, well. We'll come back for the next match when you'll probably see me cry on a YouTube video, which will be fun for everyone. See you then. Well, as if to highlight the problems we're facing, the supporters have turned. We've got an E rating. They're very disappointed with the job we're doing. And yeah, I get it. We're not looking like we're going to hit the top half, which is what the supporters want. The board are happy with mid-table. Supporters not so much. They wanted us to be competitive against Dartford, and apparently we weren't. I mean, we were the better team, and somehow we've lost, but that's not what the supporters are seeing, and that's trouble. The board, they're okay with us, but a C+ is not very far away from turning into a D and even an E. So yeah, we're struggling here. I mean, yeah, even the board are now disappointed. They think that we are only on course to avoid a relegation battle. This won't go well for us, will it? And just to compound issues, it turns out that the three players whose loan deals end with us today are unavailable for this match because their loan deal ends with us today. So we've had to reshuffle things on the bench and on the pitch as well. But mostly we've had to reshuffle things on the bench. So we've had to bring up David Kamara, a 17-year-old from our under-18s who, he's got plenty of potential, but he's just not there yet. He's not a first-team player just yet. Probably won't be too far off, but may well get a taste of action as the only striker we have available to us for the bench. So the team we've gone with is Morgan in goal, Otse Taiwo, Holding, Dickinson and Green along the back line, Bramble and Obiero again in midfield. Abrahams has moved out to the right wing. because the return of Cian Flanagan, is it Cian? It's Cian, isn't it? Cian Flanagan is back, so he's going back into his favoured role as an attacking midfielder, with Lewis White moving over to the left wing and Torres up front again. And let's hope that this team, reshuffled ever so slightly, does better than it did in the first match against Dartford. We just need to get rid of this monkey off our back. We are just desperate to go and get a win. It's 2 out of 11 now in the league, and it's starting to feel like there's going to be no end in the sight for this run of bad results. We have got a free kick, however, early on in the game that swung in for Dickinson, and there it is. It's the first goal of the match, and that's a relief. That is a relief. At least we've taken the lead. I think as soon as we go behind, our heads drop and we struggle to get back into matches until we're about 3 or 4-0 down, and then we'll score a couple of goals and make it look like we tried. But generally, we don't come from behind. So a first goal is very important for us, and it's a good start. We are 1-0 up, and that's jumped us 2 places up the table. Even the fans can't be too unhappy about that, seeing as we're only 1 point off being in the top half. And the board should be delighted with that. I mean, I'm surprised that there's such a difference between 15th and 13th, but there you go. That's apparently the difference between mid-table and avoiding a relegation battle. I don't even know what mid-table stands for if 15th in here is not mid-table, but there you go. Long ball forward from Morgan, aimlessly up front. And we've given possession straight back to Dartford, who are passing the ball around us beautifully. And it's a good ball out, but Obiero there does intercept the touch back in from the wing. But their left back has just flown past us. And of course, we've given away a penalty. There are so many penalties in FM24, where it certainly feels like that. We give away an awful lot of penalties. And that could just be the poor defence we've got. But whatever it is, it's hurting us. It's hurting us bad, and it's 1-1. Dartford have come back into it very quickly, and let's see if our heads drop. I hope they don't, but it certainly, based on previous experience, there's a good chance it will. Okay, well, nearly half-time, 40 minutes gone, and although we've been ever so slightly the better team, it's still 1-1. And yeah, I'm going to get sacked. I'm sure I'm going to get sacked. It's been a long time since I've been sacked in a Football Manager game. Probably going back 2 or 3 since I last managed to get sacked in any kind of situation. I mean, generally I move teams before I get sacked, but I don't think I'm going to have the option here. And if that's the case, then we're just going to have to try and restart with someone else, aren't we? We do, however, have a free kick. Before we even get into being sacked, we've got to try and win this game. Abraham's now with the free kick, and it curls just over the bar there. And we don't have set piece takers, really. We don't have a free kick specialist. We don't have corner specialists, and I do think that's hurting us. We're not working the ball into the box. This is National League South. We don't have the players to pass it around like that. We just need it lumped into Torres so he can head the ball in. Dartford now with the ball in their defence, moving it forward quickly, and our defenders are just so slow to react. But Morgan there making it's a comfortable save, but he did at least make the save, which was no guarantee when Winterbottom was in goal. 70 minutes gone, and I think we're going to have to change things around. We are going to get Abrahams up front alongside Torres. I think we're going to get Flanagan out on the wing if he can play out there. Not really, but I'm not sure we have options. Can anyone do a job out on the right wing? White and Abrahams are the only 2. We've got no other options. We're gonna make this change temporarily then, while we. Actually, Flanagan hasn't played well, has he? So let's get Kamara on. If this isn't written for a youngster to come in and do a cracking job, then I don't know what is. Torres should be playing as a poacher, not as a target man. Let's have, you can be a pressing forward, and let's see if a bit of youth up front makes a difference. He's apprehensive, but who wouldn't be coming into this side, knowing full well there's not much of a chance for glory. There's not a lot of hope for, for anyone coming into this side at the moment. And Dartford are just passing it around in front of our defence with consummate ease. And of course, they smash it in from outside the box, as they did in the first game. First time it was a free kick, this time from open play. And we are absolutely getting stuffed once again. We're going to try to put a bit more pressure on the Dartford defence here. And we're going to try and get the ball forward quickly. But I don't think we've got it in us. I don't think this squad has got it in us. If we do limp through to the summer, still in a job, then there's a big, big rebuild yet to come. Page can come on for Obiero, who's not done brilliantly. And we're also going, we just haven't got players who can make a difference out here, have we? We really haven't got the players to make a difference. Also, Taiwo can come off and let's bring on Crossley Lima and just see if he can pop in with something that can at least rescue a point for us in this game. No highlights so far in the last 10 minutes, and I just think heads have dropped all over the pitch. Well, I said that it would be a disaster if we lost both of these games, and that's exactly what's happened. Let's see if we've been sacked after that. I don't think the fans will be absolutely baying for my blood after that. I'm concerned that the board will as well. Have we at least survived until the day after? I mean, it looks like I'm still in a job. I am still in a job. For how much longer, we are going to find out. But you're going to find out in the next video. What have we got coming up? What do we want to stick around for? I think we've got to do a couple of games fairly soon, haven't we? Averley are a team that are around us, but I don't think we want to put anything that soon. I think we might come back let's come back in February. Or potentially before that, if I get sacked and we have to find a new team. Oh, it's not going well. It's not going well at all. If you have enjoyed watching my misery, please do leave a like and subscribe. And I'll see you back in the next one for maybe another video with Welling United. See you then.